Hermeneutics. Now, I want to talk about something very important in interpretation of the Bible, that is, the principles for determining the commands or passages transferable and non-transferable. Now, first one is transferable. Here, what we are trying to do here is, when we study a passage, we are confused whether that passage is applicable today or not. So the first point, that is transferable, means there are some situations or commands or some passages which are repeatable or applicable or continuous, and such passages are the ones that are repeated somewhere else in the scripture, and they are permanent and transferable or applicable at all times. For example, the command to trust the Lord is applicable and transferable at all times. It was applicable in the past, applicable now, and it will be applicable in the future as well. We see that in Proverbs 3, 5 to 6. And the other one is the Ephesians 6, 10 to 19, where the believers are commanded to put on the armor of God, which is transferable or applicable at all times. And then the second one is non-transferable or not transferable. Not transferable or non-transferable passages are those passages that may have or that will have a specific situation which is not necessarily applicable or transferable at all times. And then those passages are the ones that are like having no moral or theological subjects or lessons to learn. Example here, a Nazarite was to let his hair grow as a sign of his dedication to the Lord. Judges 13:5, 1 Samuel 1:11. These kind of passages are for the specific situation and with the particular reason, which is not necessarily applicable or transferable. So such kind of passages are not necessarily directly applicable today. And another example here is the Paul's instruction to Timothy to bring his cloak and scrolls, which is obviously only to Paul's situation. So such kind of passages are not transferable or applicable today. That is only for the particular situation for them. And then we have the passages from which only the principles are transferable, which means we cannot apply them directly, but we can take the principles or lessons from that kind of passages and apply today. Some situations or commands or some passages we can use to apply its or their principles today. For example, greeting others with a holy kiss in Romans 16:16 and 1 Corinthians 16:20 and so on. We have so many passages for that. So holy kiss, the passage on the holy kiss is not directly applicable, but its principle can be applied today. That means we can warmly greet one another with a good word or with a hearty handshake without applying the direct, literal, holy kiss among the believers. So such kind of passages are there which can be applied with its principles without bringing it directly to present situation.